Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, gold for oil. No dollars. I wonder why. If this little trend will catch up or catch on, not catch up, catch on, then I don't know what's going to happen because that means someone or some entity will have some big problems if their money, their currency, they can print at will, meaning the United States of America. So in this case, we have this country that is in a very big, or how should I put it, an economic downfall or spiral, and that is Ghana. Ghana wants to substitute dollars with gold to pay for oil products. This article comes from today, the 25th of November 2022. Comes from Sputnik. Ghana is at present experiencing a severe economic crisis, according to some estimates establishing the country's debt, which may account for 104% of GDP by the end of this year, leaves no funds for social spending. At the same time, the exchange rate of Ghana's national currency is falling, making imported goods prohibitively expensive. Now, why doesn't the United States go and give some billions, I don't know, about 50, and help Ghana? Ghana is going to have a population starving, as Ukraine. Why is Ghana not important? Right? You can answer that question very easily. That's one thing, because I heard some people saying, well, what do you want people to freeze in Ukraine? That's why United States is giving, I don't know how many hundreds of millions to Ukraine to function. That's why. Well, okay, well, that's a war where you're partly responsible, I think. And you're partly responsible for the reason I mentioned many times. I will start with the 2014 coup that was helped, supported, and so on by some other entities other than the traitors in Ukraine. And then I would have NATO expansion, which is another big reason that this war was triggered on the territory of Ukraine. So if you have any, how should I put it, virtue, then you would help some others if you're so good-hearted. So help Ghana. And I think it's easier to help Ghana than Ukraine at this point, and I think ever. So Ghana is developing a policy that would allow it to buy oil with gold rather than US dollar reserves, said the country's Vice President Mahmoudou Bawumia. Now, it says here that the country's debt is 104% of GDP. I know another country which debt is more than 104%. Can you name it? I mean, close your eyes and look around you. They all have debt. Maybe three or something they don't. One of them was Romania in 1989, and then done. So Romanians wanted to make a bank, create a bank as an alternative to the World Bank, with Arabs. Arab countries. You can't have that one. And other policies that were running against the flow, if you know what I mean. So Ghana is developing a policy that will allow it to buy oil with gold rather than US dollar reserve. The decision was made in order to strengthen the local currency, the Ghanaian cedi. Ghana's gross international reserves are currently on the decline. They were $9.7 billion at the end of the last year, but this year they have already decreased by a third and are estimated to be $6.6 billion as of September. The country's current stock of gross international reserves is only enough to cover its imports for less than 3 months. Hey, step in, my people, give them some loans with, 50% interest rate. That would help the country. The new way of buying oil will fundamentally change our balance of payments and significantly reduce the persistent depreciation of our currency, Bawumia said. Hey Bawumia, the gold is low. go at this point. So maybe you gotta wait about 2-3 months, and then you can use gold. Gold is not right now is to buy gold, not to sell gold. Bawumia explained that if the country pays in gold instead of dollars, then the exchange rate will not directly affect the cost of fuel and utilities. Despite the fact that Ghana produces crude oil, it is forced to buy oil products because of the lack of functioning oil refineries in the country. Its only refinery closed in 2017, that's what, 5 years ago, because of an explosion, and then they couldn't figure it out. On Thursday, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta said that Ghana is in serious debt crisis and the depreciation of the local currency is only making the situation worse. Here we go, the International Monetary Fund is going to help them. Ghana is at present negotiating loans with the IMF in exchange for a set of economic recommendations that, according to critics, don't lead the economy stability of IMF's loans recipient country, but rather to the latter economy being linked to international financial flows. Yes, this is how. Do you think the banks are helping you? No, the banks are asking for, like when you're going to buy something, collateral. What is the collateral, do you think? Your country, your country, your people. That's your collateral. Anyway, not that they are slaves or anything like that. I'm not talking about that, but each person who works, you tax that person. So if a person decides to, I don't want to live anymore in this world, and I decide to go and see whomever, Jesus or whomever they want to see, then what are they going to do? Hey, we lose a taxpayer. Let's make it illegal. You can't commit suicide. Well, I don't know. I'm just throwing up ideas. Since early 2022, Ghana's economy has suffered significantly, plunging the country in a full-fledged economic recession. Inflation increased from 13.9% in January to 37.2% in September. Now, this is the situation, and the country has the highest interest rates in Africa. What do you want? This is Africa, and since there's no seeming interest or any important location, geopolitical location that Ghana can take advantage of, they are left over there. They're dropped. But Ukraine, oh my God, sell your kids into slavery to save Ukraine, supposedly. That's what these guys seem to suggest. And this is unbelievable. But Ghana, nothing to see here. Just send those sharks or vultures, I would say them. Well, shark is a different. Vulture. Go over there and have them consume the carcass of the dead country. And you tell me about virtue. Not you, but these guys all the time. Let's help, let's give. These Americans are Americans. They're leaders, they're whatever. I don't even want to call them leaders, handlers of us. They just vote, not even vote. They just say, we're going to send $4 billion. Again, the Secretary of Treasury stated that the United States is going to give to Ukraine another assistance, $400 million for Ukrainian government and schools and all that to be functioning. What about these guys? It's the Russians over there. We have interest there. Here, that's why when I hear these guys talking about values and doing the right thing, yeah, okay, tell me about Ghana. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.